Hello, Thomas D. Cat family. Today is March 11th, 2025. Leave a comment below. Like, rate, share, subscribe, reflect, and discuss. And here's one social habit that would aggravate someone else. One is constant asking. And let me show you all why. For example, let's say that you want something, but if you constantly ask them to borrow, like, if I may, I mean, asking the same question over and over again until someone can give in is when it gets to be, is that would make you, and here on this point of view, is picking up the word heads no one way or the other, whether it's from a nonverbal response or from a verbal response. Anyways, I'm going to dive down into it. The first step you should do, and I have it set in my point of view, is pick up the behavior. Body language, facial expression is the first to read. So you always start with the face. Next we go on body language as well, because that way it helps put in the best terms. 3, response, and the tone would also carry a response, so it's best to also see from that perspective. So it's best to be cautious of us keeping a restraint on ourselves on how many times we're going to ask. So it's always best to exercise due caution. The second thing is set boundaries. So you don't have to, you can use, what you should do is use the past issues on how it happened and how it was similar. Yes, you don't have to excuse it, but if there's something that's disturbing others, then at least to make them feel safe as well. You don't have to be aggressive, but you have to be fair and firm. Set the boundaries on the way you have it, and you explain the outcome. What happens if those boundaries are violated? The third thing is that you don't have to excuse. The third thing is that you do have to have accountability. You set in, and such as like this, if it's a point that you don't want to hear it anymore, you just to make it very clear for example, that you don't have to be aggressive, but fairly say that and this right now. For example, I learned this when I was in high school. You continuously ask me about how to set an object, guess what the answer is going to be? And he responded with a no, and that's fair enough to set boundaries like that. And it's important to have these kind of boundaries set. And the last thing is that you make it clear. You set it in stone, you engrave it, and you make sure that it helps you understand the material loud and clear, like in The Bounty Hunter, a movie that I watched in 2020. Those boundaries are meant to be clear. You're And you're not wrong saying no. You're not wrong and not justifying your excuse and someone else's excuse. And you don't have to put up with it. And in that you should also use your critical thinking as well by asking someone like this. Did you like how you were constantly asked until you gave in? Did it make you feel angry? And if you respond with yes, then boom, it's easy. Well, it's easy, but whether the nature or not, whether we don't like it, or whether you like it, we have to accept it, even if it's part of our nature to constantly ask. Well, we have to apply this rule. What's past is past. We shouldn't excuse the behavior, but we should see from someone else's perspective if we constantly ask them. If they're just going to give us a sharp, non-verbal tone, non-verbal response, or response of a no, then that's probably best to drop it like that. So now you know. So all of you, have a good night. Bang, bang.